Hello everyone, my name is Vince. Welcome to Yin Yoga. For this class, you'll need props like your bolsters and blocks. Please come into a comfortable seated position. Just be a compassionate observer, a non-judging witness of your experience in this present moment. You are not your misery. You are not your problems. These all shall pass. You are a beautiful soul journeying on this earthly experience. We are all really just going through a learning journey, a growing journey, a journey of purification for our souls. Just try to notice. Just try to be conscious. And use this awareness to light the beauty and peace in your soul. Use the present moment to fully express the inner yearnings of your soul. We'll take a few clearing breaths. Please inhale through your nose and exhale through the mouth. Let's do that again. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Last one, inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. We'll place our hands on the right side. We'll come into our all fours so that we can transition into our dragon pose, stepping the right foot in between the hands, moving the left knee as far back as we can, feeling the stretch in front of our left thigh. This is the target area of this pose. In this practice, as long as you're feeling it, you're doing it. So we're not really focused on strict alignments of where your hands, your feet, or each part of your body should be. The important thing is that you're feeling that nice stress and stretch in front of the right thigh and the inner groin. You can use your props to support your body. A few ways that I may suggest is maybe placing a block under the right thigh for support, or maybe placing bolsters in front of your left thigh. Or another way can also to place blocks under the hands. You can choose the height. You can come up higher. You can even place your hands on top of your knees or right thigh. Try to notice how the body feels as we start in this quad stretch, this hip flexor stretch. It's believed that when you have pain in the lower back that is caused by tightness of tissues, It might also include as a reason tightness of the tissues in front of your thighs because of the connection of the tissues here in the midsection and the lower back. Notice how in this video we will try to give very deep, healthy stress to the tissues of your hips and legs. Continue to try to let go of any judgment in this experience. Just feel, just notice and be open. In our lives, judgment, when we exercise this negative trait, defines ourselves, limits how we live our life. It's good to try to be open-minded. Like when you watch movies, just allowing the script to happen, just observing how the story takes place. Try to relax. You can come down on your hands. We're going to try to remove the props that we set up to support our body. Try to slide them aside behind you. Can you now slowly walk your hands towards the center? Now, can you lean on your hands and the right foot? Take an inhale. And as you exhale, can you tuck the toes and try to walk the left foot closer to you as we transition into a squat pose. You can grab a block, sit on the block if needed. Try to place each elbow on the inner knees. Try to see how you can relax the face, elongate the spine. Notice the transition in the stress from the front of your left thigh now to the inner legs, the inner groin. Squats are believed to be very good for our colon, very good for digestion, very good in the context of traditional Chinese medicine to bring harmony into our liver and kidney meridians that run through the inner legs. When we bring balance to these meridians, it's believed that we are also able to address emotional dysfunctions within, like excessive worry or fear. And as we bring balance to these nadis, our energy points, notice how you feel good as you detoxify these negative emotions, detoxify our tissues, and at the same time we're able to bring in and replenish more of the positive, good stuff within ourselves. So notice how we're able to replace worry, fear with courage. how we are able to feel more bold, more alive, ultimately happier. Just try to relax here in this very precious and intimate time with ourselves, getting to know our body, experiencing the healthy stress that we're giving our body. Our body's current state, its unique state, is what makes ourselves very unique. And as we navigate through our lives, it's good to really embrace this uniqueness. We only have one body that will be with us during our whole life journey. So it's good to really take care of our body in the best way that we know. Imagine if you only had one shirt, if you only had or will have one bike or one car. How much and what would you do, what would you give to be able to take care and preserve the condition of this one possession for your whole life? The same with our body. Slowly place your hands in front of you. Remove the block if you used it for support. Can you walk the hands towards the left side? Take an inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to slowly place our right knee, Pepper, on the mat. Slowly move that right knee as far back as we can. You can try to step the left foot in between your hands, and we come into our dragon pose on the other side. Again, some ways to use props here. You can place a block under the left hip. You can also place a bolster in front of your right thigh. And then you can try to grab your blocks on each hand to prop yourselves up. You can choose the height. You can come up a bit higher. Or if it's accessible to you, you can place your hands on top of the left thigh or left knee. And try to move that right knee as far back as you can. Continue to try to relax your face. Continue to try to relax your neck. Continue to relax your shoulders, your chest, and just feel that nice stretch. Where else can you introduce softness? Where else can you try to hold back on the intensity at which you initially wanted to come into this shape? Enjoy and cherish the simplicity of essential life. They say that the world has enough for everyone's needs, but not for everyone's wants. So when we remind ourselves of what we really need, what is really essential, what are the basics for us, we are able to connect better into what the soul really needs. And many times, everything that we need is already within us. We just have to appreciate. We just have to be open-minded and open-hearted. As we go through this learning journey of our lives, we'll notice that there are teachers all around us and within us. We learn something with each breath. We learn something with each word that we say, with each deed and action that we do, with each interaction with nature, with animals, with people. We'll discover the wisdom of life and living and being on this earth by constantly tuning in and listening. And a good way to be able to really listen and tune in is when we ground, when we center. Slowly place the hands on the blocks or on the mat. Slide your props aside. If you placed a prop under the left hip, set it aside for now. Take an inhale. Slowly walk the hands back to center in front of you. And as you exhale, try to walk the right foot closer to your body. And then step that right foot on the mat. And again, we'll come into our squat pose. Again, you can sit on a block. You can support your body, placing your hands in front of you, or place the hands together in front of your chest, having the elbows on the inner knees. Try to observe and observe and notice the present moment. Feeling it exactly as it is, not making it worse. Also not sugarcoating or being selective in how we experience the present moment. We notice both what is pleasant and what is not in the situation. And this is how we are able to ground, how we're able to really feel each moment without judgment. Can you please place your hands in front of you? Take a breath. And on your next breath, we'll gently lean in front on your hands and then lift our hips up. We will come into this pose called dangling. Allow your knees to bend if needed. You can place your hands either on a prop in front of you. You can use one block, choose the height, or you can use two blocks. Or you can even try to grab opposite elbows and just hang here. Notice the shift in the stress. So we have been able to stress the front of your hips, the insides of the legs, and this time the back of your legs. Feel this intense stretch for the whole back of your body. You can move from side to side as well. You can try to face towards the left and then face towards the right. Do this carefully and gently.
You can also just rest your elbows on top of the knees. So whichever way, again, we're not too focused on alignment, on how we look. But what's more important is how we feel here. Can you place your hands on the mat? Can you please bend your knees, bring the hips down, and then vertebrae by vertebrae, we will make our way to lie down on our back. Don't lift the head, just lie down and rest the spine, rest the hips. Just rest here, being fully conscious and aware of the sensations in your body. Notice your breath. Notice how the front of the thighs feel. How the inner groin feels, the inner legs. Can you please bring your arms up overhead? Bring the legs together, point the toes, give yourself a nice long stretch. Can you gently point your feet towards the lower right side of your mat? We're going to come into this banana shape as we now try to stress the left side of our thighs, the IT band. Can you move your arms towards the upper right? Enjoy being in this C shape, this banana shape, stretching the whole left side of your body. Just try to relax your face. Try to relax your neck. Feel the space that you're able to create on the left side of your body. In Yin Yoga, we try to find our edge, where we are feeling the pulse in our body. And once we find that edge, we try to be still. We try not to engage our muscles, not to move. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. Just stay here, observing, being mindful. And the last aspect of practicing yin is time. We usually stay in poses for between 2 to 5 minutes. And during this time, we are applying healthy, long static holds to improve the tissues of our body. And the longer we stay in the pose, the more time our body is marinating in hydration, the more we're able to strengthen our yin tissues like our ligaments, our joints, our fascia. Notice how We're also able to activate your parasympathetic nervous system in this practice, your rest and digest system. It's like putting yourself in a healing mode, showering your body with happy hormones. All beings in nature, all creatures, as it gets older, as it advances in years, it becomes more brittle and dry. This also applies to the human body. And what we're trying to do in Yin Yoga is delay this aging process. We try to delay the aging process by improving the youthful characteristics of our body, the pliability, the flexibility, the hydration. So as we apply these long static holds, it's like we're applying lotion within our body to moisturize our joints. Slowly we'll allow our arms to come back to center, followed by the legs. Just do this slowly and carefully. And then can you bring your arms to the sides? Can you bend your knees and hug your knees to your chest? Do this slowly. Allow your body to just rebound and recover. And then kindly extend your legs now towards the lower left side. If you want to, you can move your hips to the right side as you move the legs to the left. Bring the arms up and overhead, and your left hand grabs the right wrist. We side bend to the left side and try to open up the whole right side of our body. Feel the space. Just stay here, mindful, compassionate. Kind to your body. As you feel the stretches, as you feel the sensations in the body, notice where you are feeling obvious benefits. Notice as well where the sensation is subtle. Many times in these Yin Yoga poses, when we're open to the possibilities of each shape, we can discover new areas in our body that are being targeted. We're able to really touch into the fascial network that wraps your whole body. So it's like a full body Yin workout. As we stay here, try to also notice where you're holding unnecessary gripping or tension. You can always try to do a checkpoint and try to catch yourself throughout your day by scanning your body. You can start from the foot and up, or from the forehead going down. Try to notice how the forehead feels. Is the face wrinkled or smooth? What is your facial expression in the present moment? As we try to use this time for stillness and grounding, can you try to relax your face a bit more? Soften. Relax the neck. You can gaze towards the ceiling or towards the right armpit. Can you relax your chest? Can you soften and relax the belly? Can you relax the groin, the thighs, the calves, the feet? Continue to just try to tune in. Gently we'll bring our arms back to center, our head, no rush here. Can you bring your legs back to center as well? Can you bring the arms beside you? And can you bring the knees closer to the chest? Hug the knees to your chest. Can you place your right ankle on top of the left thigh or left knee? And then you'll thread your right hand in between the legs. Maybe place the right hand behind the leg, the hamstring, or on top of the left knee or shin. Can you bring the left arm out to the sides and your hands will meet? And feel and notice this stress on the right glutes. So we've targeted all parts of your thighs and hips, the top, the insides, the IT band, this time now the glutes. Just try to relax your face, try to relax your neck. Where else can you find softness? Once you find your edge, just relax. No need to continue to pull, no need to exert extra effort, just stay here. Slowly we'll release our legs, we'll step the feet on the mat and windshield wiper our knees from side to side. And when you're ready, can you place your left ankle on top of the right thigh or right knee? Can you bring your knees closer to you? The left hand threads in between the legs and is placed on the hamstring or on the right shin. And the right arm goes out to the sides and meets the left hand as you bring your knees closer to your chest.
As you feel the stress on the outer left thigh, and just relax here, just soften. Wherever we place our attention, our focus is where our energy flows. Imagine a camera. You can concentrate its focus on a single object. The same with our minds. And whatever we focus on, we zoom in on, is where our attention is fully brought into. So we can choose where to place our attention. We can choose good things, creative things, kind things, compassionate things. Or we can also use our attention to breed guilt, anger, jealousy, pride. And wherever we place our attention and our focus on will be where we will use our energy, our time, our body. So we can use our body in constructive ways or destructive ways. We always have a choice. But we usually make better choices when we are more mindful. Slowly release the legs and step the feet on the mat. And try to windshield wiper the knees from side to side. And when you're ready, please hug the knees to your chest. And then can you bring your arms out to the sides? Allow the knees to come down on the right side. You gaze towards the left shoulder. We're in a reclined twist here. Notice the benefits of the twist on your chest, the rib cage, the digestive organs, how it's giving your upper body a stretch, a massage through this rotation. Notice the tissues being utilized in the back of your body, the spine. As we move your spine in all those various directions, we bent the spine, we twisted the spine. Feel also the legs here. You can keep the arms out to the sides like a letter T or up and overhead. Continue to breathe. Continue to observe and feel the beauty that exists within you, the peace, the calmness. The world needs you. The world needs your light. So we need all the internal and external resources available to strengthen ourselves so that we can allow our light to shine brightly. That's why it's good to take this time, moments like this, to take care of ourselves, to love ourselves, so we can be strong from within as we try to weather all the storms outside.
The key to strength in our lives is within us. Even with all the darkness, even with all the confusion, it's possible for us to try to find that key. Stillness helps. Calmness helps. Grounding helps. And once we find that key, we can use that key to be able to unlock our potential, open the gates to our dreams, to happiness, to love. And we can share ourselves better, and we can show up to the world as a better version of ourselves. Can you slowly bring your arms beside you? And then we'll gently bring the knees back to center. We'll hug the knees to our chest. And then we're going to place a bolster or a prop on our left side to support our knees as we gently allow our knees to come down on the left side. You can try to spread your arms out to the sides or up and overhead. You can try to relax your face, relax your neck. You can gaze towards the ceiling. Once you open the keys to that strength within you, you'll notice how powerful the mind is, how powerful awareness is, how powerful calmness is. When we're able to cultivate this internal foundation, it's no longer our ego that dictates what we do, where we go. We don't constantly have to react to defend ourselves, to submit to how our ego always wants us to feel superior, better than others, and how the ego is always trying to do things to show us that path for selfishness, for survival. How we can allow compassion, caring, and kindness to win. A lot of times the ego is that force which always convinces us to do everything that we can do to be right. But sometimes, as a human being, as an instrument of love,
Being right is not always what is important. Sometimes the most important thing to do is what is the most loving, what is the kinder thing to do. A lot of times our ego just makes us feel good about talking and speaking, hearing our own voices. Notice how it feels good sometimes to allow our soul to listen. Maybe a good thing to do is to consciously try to listen more than you usually do. And notice how listening is very healing. Not just for ourselves, but to people around us. Sometimes being heard, being listened to, is the strongest human need of our neighbor at a particular moment of weakness. We can solve a lot of problems by listening more, by hearing more, rather than by prescribing more. Slowly bring the arms beside you. Gently bring the knees back to center. We'll hug the knees to our chest as a gesture of forgiveness, loving kindness, acceptance for our being as we go through this learning journey in our lives. Slowly extend your legs. We'll come into our Savasana. Have your feet as wide as your mat. Place your arms beside you. The palms are facing up. Just take a rest here in awareness, consciously observing everything in the present moment. Enjoy your Savasana. Slowly bring awareness back into your body. Gently introduce movements to your fingers and toes. Rotate your ankles and wrists. Can you gently bring your arms up and overhead? Bring the legs together and point the toes. Give yourself a nice long stretch. And can you bend your knees and hug the knees to your chest? Slowly lift the left arm up and allow the knees to come down on the left side. Use your left arm as your pillow. Allow your spine to round in this fetal position. This transition from your yoga practice to life off the mat, where the real yoga happens, and where your mindfulness, calmness, and serenity is very much needed. Use your right hand. Slowly push your body to come up. Come into a comfortable seated position to seal our practice. Can you try to place your palms together? Rub the palms vigorously. Create heat. Generate this static energy. Place the palms on top of your eyes and then inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Let's do that again. Can you rub the palms vigorously? Create that heat, that energy that you can feel on your hands, and then place the palms on top of your eyes. Feel the heat and inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Let's do that one last time. Rub the palms together. This time we're going to inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Place the palms on top of your eyes. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Place the palms together in heart center or on top of the thighs or knees. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. It is always an honor. I appreciate you and your time. I wish you an abundance of health, wealth, happiness, peace, love, joy, positivity, all the good things to flow into your lives, into your hearts, into your homes. Please take care. Please stay safe and strong. Namaste.